Have you ever caught yourself doing something you criticize in others? Maybe it's something small, like rolling your eyes when someone forgets to recycle, but then you toss a can in the trash when no one's looking. Or maybe it's something bigger, like judging someone for gossiping, only to find yourself sharing a juicy story later that same day. Maybe you called out a friend for being late, but then found yourself rolling in 10 minutes behind schedule the very next day. It's funny how easy it is to spot these little slip-ups in others. But when it's us, we barely notice, or we come up with a dozen reasons why it's different. If you're nodding right now, don't worry, you're not alone. This is something almost everyone does, whether we realize it or not. Today I want to talk about hypocrisy and why it's a lot closer to home than most of us like to admit. It's not just a flaw in other people, it's a part of being human. So what even is a hypocrite? The word gets thrown around a lot, but what does it really mean? It's someone who preaches one thing but secretly does another. Someone who sets a standard for others, but doesn't hold themselves to it. It's like wearing a mask, showing one face to the world, while hiding another. Think of the fitness guru who lectures about healthy living but sneaks midnight snacks. Or the person who posts motivational quotes about discipline but can't resist hitting snooze every morning. Or the person ranting about honesty while telling little white lies. Maybe it's the friend who insists on loyalty but gossips behind your back. Hypocrisy comes in all shapes and sizes. Sound familiar? I know I've been there. We all have moments where our actions don't quite match our words, even if we don't mean any harm. But here's the tricky part. Spotting hypocrisy in ourselves is way harder than seeing it in others. We're quick to notice when someone else slips up, but when it's us, it's like we're wearing blinders. Why? Because our brains are masters at justifying our own behavior. We have a whole toolbox of excuses ready to go, and we use them without even thinking. We give ourselves a pass, making excuses like, oh, I was stressed, or it was just this once. We tell ourselves that our situation is special, or that we had no choice. Meanwhile, when someone else slips up, we're quick to judge. It's human nature. We hold others to a higher standard than we hold ourselves, often without realizing it. Now, I'm not here to point fingers or make anyone feel guilty. This isn't about shaming anyone, it's about understanding ourselves a little better. The truth is, we all fall into hypocrisy sometimes. It's a universal experience, and it doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you're human, like everyone else. It's almost impossible not to. Life is complicated, and sometimes our ideals and our actions just don't line up. The real problem comes when we ignore it completely. When we pretend it's not happening, or refuse to look at our own contradictions. That's when hypocrisy can start to take over. That's when it starts to shape our reputation, our relationships, and even how we see ourselves. If we're not careful, it can erode trust and make it harder for people to believe in us. So, how do you know if you're being a hypocrite? It's not always obvious, but there are ways to check in with yourself. Here's a simple test. Think about the last piece of advice you gave someone. Maybe you told a friend to take care of themselves, or to be honest, or to work hard. Are you following that same advice yourself? If not, ask yourself, why? Is it because you genuinely can't, or is it just easier not to? Sometimes there are good reasons, but other times it's just convenience or comfort. We all have moments where we take the easy way out, even if we know better. Recognizing hypocrisy isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware, and being willing to look at yourself honestly. It's about being honest with yourself. When you notice a gap between your words and your actions, don't hide from it, acknowledge it. When you notice it, don't beat yourself up. Everyone slips up sometimes, and that's okay. What matters is what you do next. Instead, see it as an opportunity to grow. Every time you catch yourself being a little hypocritical, it's a chance to learn and do better next time. Maybe it's time to align your actions with your words, or at least be upfront about your own struggles. Being real about your imperfections can actually bring you closer to others. I'll leave you with this. The people we respect most aren't always the ones who never mess up. They're the ones who are honest about their mistakes, who admit when they fall short, and who keep trying to do better no matter what. They're the ones who own their mistakes, admit when they fall short, and keep trying to do better. That kind of honesty and humility is what builds real trust and respect. So next time you catch yourself being a little bit hypocritical, remember, that's your chance to be real, to connect, and to improve. It's not about being flawless, but about being genuine and willing to grow. Thanks for listening. If this hit home, maybe share it with someone who needs a gentle reminder too. We're all in this together, learning as we go. See you in the next one, and remember, a little self-awareness goes a long way.